Bitcoin is likely to roll over and make a new low. And today I'm going to show you the pattern signal that tells us why this is highly probable. So if you like today's content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. My name is Jagir. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro, featured in the best-selling book, High Probability Trading Strategies, back in 2008, where I only used to focus on currencies, but now exclusive on cryptocurrency. So let's dive straight in. So with Bitcoin, we can do a bit of pattern analysis. We can use some Elliott wave theory to show us why it's likely we're going to see a new low being made before we see a major trend reversal and what we need to see before that. And by the way, the analysis that I'm about to do, you can now actually access my exact chart, upload it into your own trading view of all my settings and all my analysis. We have the R15 Crypto Gym, and with the charts, you get a few of my charts. One of them now is Bitcoin, Binance Coin, Solana, Ethereum, but you also get a lot more. You get an invite to my private Telegram, you get my 7-day boot camp, and you also get my daily workouts on Solana and BNB where we look for high probability setups. So in the description link below, you can actually sign up for a 7-day trial for only £1. That's right, 7-day trial for £1. If you like it, you stay, and we do some great business together over the long term. So with Bitcoin, let's look at this, right? Before we go into any Elliott wave patterns, let's just look at what's happening here, right? We've seen the market move down, and then it was sideways, right? Pretty much sideways, right? Sideways. And then we've had a movement down, pretty aggressive down, and then it's been sideways. And then we've seen a down again. And what have we seen recently? Well, it's been sideways, right? So what's likely to occur next, do you think? Well, more than likely is going to be another move down, right? We're probably going to see another move down into this region over here. And we're going to go into some detail as well. But when we are looking at this part of the market, let me just clean this up. Initially, I just want to draw this out for you. This was a high probability end of a major trend, this over here. And as the market unfolded, we were anticipating a potential move to the upside. However, that did not occur, right? That did not occur. Instead, what we got was overlapping wave sequences, which is really a corrective structure, which is a sign of weakness, which means Bitcoin is not ready to take off yet. The psychological mood is not bullish yet. The bears are still in control. So what's more than likely, if we put a wave count on this, is what we've seen is a pretty clean wave 1, a wave 2. Initially, it looked like this was a potentially wave 3, but actually looks like this is the wave 3. An A, B, C of a potential wave 4, which means one more move to the downside. Right? That's what we're really looking at. Right? We don't need to get too anal about the wave count, because if this low gets exceeded, then it's likely that we're going to see the end of a major correction over here. Just a couple of other things that I want to take into account. Top left-hand corner is where we keep the weekly chart. It's going to zoom in just to the momentum. So the momentum is still bullish, but next week is going to be overbought. Right? Next week is probably going to be overbought, which means we're probably going to see upside movements to be limited and then really to be sideways to down for a number of weeks. And that coincides with what we're seeing over here with the daily. The momentum on the daily as well is becoming overbought. So momentum, by the way, I use something called the stochastics RSI. And if you do go to the R15 Crypto Gym, you can have these exact settings. There's particular settings that we like to use that gives us a nice big clue on the rate of change, the momentum of Bitcoin. And it tells us that the upside should be limited because the blue line is above this black line. And we're probably going to see sideways to down for the next few days, if not the next few weeks, right? Maybe another day or two sideways to up. Right. So what I'm going to look at now, just one other thing. There's this guideline in Elliott wave theory. There's Elliott wave rules, and in the crypto gym in the boot camp, you get a 7-day boot camp, and in I think it's day 2 or day 3, and some of day 1, I cover some of the rules of Elliott wave. But one of the guidelines is when wave 3 is clearly the impulsive wave. So this is what we're seeing as a potential wave 3. Wave 1, let Let me just draw this out. Wave 1 and wave 5 tend to equal each other, right? So what we can just do to help us out here, if it does unfold like this, we can actually measure. I can do it over here. I'm just going to measure wave 1, this high to this low, and I'm just going to project it from this high over here. And then we see we have this zone over here. So with Bitcoin, even though we had some bullish movement over the last few days, overall, we can see this is just a corrective structure when we zoom out. So we're likely to see Bitcoin go below, 16,200 to maybe even as low as 13.5, 14,000. So in this region. So one more move to the downside before ending potentially this big ABC correction. Right, this is what we're looking at as a end of a major correction over here. And what typically occurs after an end of a major correction is a continuation of the former trend. And what's the former trend? Well, the former trend was clearly bullish, right? It's clearly, bang, if I just draw it like this, it's clearly bullish, right? Really, really impulsive. So if this correction finishes down here in this region, what do we anticipate over the weeks, months, and maybe even a couple of years? It's really Bitcoin moving to all-time new highs. But that's not going to be overnight. And we ideally want to see a pattern reversal signal. In other words, we would like to see this high in particular exceeded, or at least an overbalance in price. And what's the biggest move that we had to the upside? It's probably this move here, or even this move here. I'd like to see a move bigger in time and price than this, then some type of pullback, and then the market would normally take off. But it's looking like we are going to see one more move to the downside. Again, I know I'm repeating myself, but it's just to prepare ourselves for this and then look for, so it's only short trade opportunities right now, shorting the market. And that's being reflected in some of the other cryptos that we're looking at very, very closely, like Solana and Binance Coin. So if you liked this analysis and you want access to the chart, you can click on the R15 Crypto Gym link below. £1 and you'll get access to a lot of phenomenal things, including my 7-day bootcamp, some of my chart analysis, Bitcoin's ones included. You get the daily workouts with Solana and BNB, and we get intricate into high probability setups and how to manage your trade step by step. So if you like today's content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Let's finish on a quote. Let's go with chapter 1 today. Chapter 1 we're going to go with is Mr. Michael Jordan. All right. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Now, that is the art and the science of trading successfully. We identify an edge, we trade the edge without hesitation or reservation in a confident, fearless manner, but without being reckless. In other words, we risk 1, 2, or 3% per trade. And if we're right, we ride that trend. And if we're wrong, we either make a small profit, we break even, or we take a small loss. And we always use 2 units. 1 is insurance, and 2 is profit. And I covered it in a bit more detail in the R15 Crypto Gym and when we're covering the nuances of the detail. So if you like today's content, again, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see you in tomorrow's workout. Tomorrow's workout is going to be a good one because there's some good high probability shorting opportunities when it comes to Solana and BNB, and we're waiting for a particular pattern reversal signal before we take those opportunities. All right, hopefully I'll see you there in the workout. See you soon.